I mean, of course, we're disappointed. It's not the end of the world for us. Now we have to go and we all have our clubs to focus on and a lot of big things ahead. So I'm not overly negative about the situation. It's difficult. We're not at our best, and that's it. Where do American fans go from here? I guess. I just hope that they continue to support us. That's all you can do. We're really thankful for the ones that just support us through it all. It's not the best time for us, but I promise that it's not for a lack of effort and how we want this so bad. I want this team to be successful so bad, and so do the guys in the locker room. So we're trying.
Are you happy with the way this team is progressing?
I mean, of course, I'm not gonna say how happy I am after these games. We were definitely in a better spot a bit earlier, but now this is the position that we're in. We have another opportunity, obviously Gold Cup this summer, and just to keep building as a team. But of course, we definitely need to improve. I mean, it's an easy thing to just say we lacked aggression. There's a lot of things that go with that. It's not just fighting and kicking the other team. I mean, you gotta. You also got to play better football. You got to have better ideas. You've got to, just more aggressive in the way that we attack, and just getting, just creating more, getting more opportunities, and just being more of a threat to the other team. So.
All right, so there are definitely some lingering questions here from the CONCACAF Nations League. Obviously, we're starting with the U.S. men's national team. Ale, for you, is winning the Gold Cup a must for the USMNT?
Okay. Really don't care whether they win the Gold Cup or not. What I want to see is improvement, a leap forward, a step forward. Let's start with a step forward and then a leap and then a jump. And then let's just see if indeed what we think Mauricio Pochettino can bring to this team actually displays itself out on the field. We just haven't seen any evidence of something that is better than whatever was there before. In fact, there is a very fair argument to be made that they were better off before, that they were actually winning things before, that they were not losing in this sort of manner before, at least not consistently. So I need to see an improvement that is obvious to see. And while Christian Pulisic said, well, the easiest thing to point at is the aggression. Yes, because it's obvious. It's obvious. It's obvious that this team lacks aggression. And so if he wants me to spell it out for him, I will. Christian, I'll spell it out for you. I'll define it for you. 92nd minute, your team is losing 2-1. And you guys are keeping possession in the back line and in the midfield. Again, let me repeat that. You're losing 2-1 in a game in which you were supposed to show a response, and you're keeping possession of the ball in the midfield and the back line without actually showing aggression to get the ball forward, to manufacture chaos, to push for a goal. Your team, the United States, never looked likely to score a game-tying goal. In fact, I would argue that Canada looked more likely to score a third goal themselves.
And this is coming off a match that went viral for the celebration, right? Against the U.S. men's national team. They should have won that game against Panama, and there was no fire to even come into this match, like you just mentioned, Ale, and to show some sort of life, aggression. But Christian says, of course we want to win everything. Of course we want to win. Show it, Mal, no?
Well, easier said than done.
Right.
The big question is why we're not seeing it. It's clear. We're not seeing it. Now the question is, why are we not seeing it? Are we not seeing it because players are not that good enough? Players are not that motivated? Manager was not able to deliver his message to the players? And I'm not speaking in tactical terms here. Because Mauricio Pochettino should by now have that all ironed out. We should know what this team wants to look like. But at least I want to know if during halftime in the semifinal against Panama, what was that message? And did the players get that message? Did they understand that
So you're
message?
doubting the locker room environment here.
Yes. And if the manager is acting as the leader everyone expects him to be. Because if the most important player of this team, I didn't say the leader, I said the most important player of this team, that's Christian Pulisic, shows this lack of fire, for lack of a better phrase. How's the rest of the team gonna look like when the most important player of the team is acting like, well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal that we have this kind of
being pulled off in the
performance.
70th minute.
Yeah, no, not only that, but I mean, just not only listen to what he says, look at how he says it. To me, that message is really, really concerning because he's supposed to be the one exemplifying what the team should look like, and it's not encouraging. Not at all.
Sorry, Herc, just very quickly, I would just say this. His first reaction, or the first question or answer that we heard there, he's talking about, well, you know, we'll just go back to our club teams and
That really stood out to me too.
You know, we'll move on from this and we'll be okay. In a moment in which your performance and your team performance has been as disappointing as this weekend was for the United States men's national team, why are we thinking about our club teams? Read the room.
Because that's his comfort zone.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
his comfort zone.
You cannot be so tone deaf to not recognize that the fans of the United States national team, which, by the way, those that showed up to the games for the United States, and it's just a few of you, good on you. You really believe this is really your team. Those people deserve an award because nobody else showed up.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you have to give me more as a team captain of a national team than we're just going to move on from this and go and play our club soccer.
You know, the most disappointing thing here is he wasn't the team captain against Panama, and Mauricio Pochettino gave him the armband against Canada because he wanted to see a reaction from Christian Pulisic specifically, who he called out specifically that he needed to see more of. And I don't know if he waved Pochettino off in the substitution. He wasn't asked about it. Pochettino was not asked about it. Christian wasn't asked about it. I'm going to give Christian the benefit of the doubt. But when they ask him where do the fans go from here, he almost chuckles under his breath. And I understand how socially things can be a discomfort for him in front of the camera, and that's not his forte. That's fine. But you need to understand that Ali's right here. Read the room. You can't go think about AC Milan. Now, I played AC Milan, by the way, and said, yeah, and how great that is for you because you're killing it over there, and just say, well, you know, we'll figure this out later. We'll be fine. Everything's okay here. Nothing to see here. It's the way these players have treated this environment for the longest of times.
Right.
Because I remember having the old national team coach in the Football America studio looking him in the eye and saying, I know you in the locker room heard when I called you guys soft. And he looking down, and there was no reaction. Nothing has changed. These players are still soft in their actions. Mauricio Pochettino is now here. And I think that's the most frustrating part because you asked Ali, is it a must for them to win the Gold Cup? And Ali's like, I just want to see some change. I just want to see some improvement. You don't pay $6 million a year for that. While you're right, Ali, you're absolutely right. But that's
got to start somewhere.
But that's
True.
If you're the U.S. Soccer Federation, if you're the U.S. fan base, that's not what you're paying this guy to be the most handsomely played international manager, one of the most handsomely paid international managers in the world's game today. That's not what it's here for. And it just seems like this team is regressing. Was it the right move to move on from Greg Berhalter? Absolutely. Now prove the right move was Mauricio Pochettino.
That's a really good question, or really good statement. Here's why. We got to go back and see what Mauricio Pochettino's career as a manager has been. In Spain, at Espanyol, rebuilding a team, he did it well. Didn't win anything, but just was part of that rebuild. He moved on, managed Southampton, did the exact same thing. Took a very bad team, gave some structure, some shape, but that was it. Didn't win anything. Moves on to Tottenham. What did he win at Tottenham? Nothing really. Then he gets to manage PSG. And at that time, he had Messi, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe. One of the worst performances we've seen from that trio was under Mauricio Pochettino. So now you have to wonder, be careful what you wish for when you sign up to bring in a manager like that. Because is this exactly what the team needed? Or was it only a fancy name with a nice CV, cool pedigree to try to change things? Be careful what you wish for, because what the team really needs right now, I don't think he's the right guy for it.
Yeah, it's tough. We have to get to Landon Donovan tweets.
Yeah, sure,
We
go
can
ahead.
continue the conversation.